Alright, so I'm going to start by removing the O-rings and the hat from the injector. So I don't damage the seating surface. Instead of starting with an O-ring puller, I'm starting with this tiny flathead screwdriver. And I'm just going to work the hat up against the O-ring instead of working back against the body of the injector, because the hat will get stuck to the injector and is relatively difficult to remove if you don't get it worked up first. So that's exactly what we're going to do, and you can see there's starting to be a little bit of a gap, and by using the existing O-ring and the brim of the hat, I'm not applying any pressure to any of the O-ring seating surfaces, or I'm not going, most importantly, anywhere near the tip of the injector. So now that I have the hat pretty much lifted, I'm just going to see if I can get it off with my fingers now. So a little bit more. So I'm just going to keep working that. There we go. Now I'm getting over the snapping surface. Okay, and the hat just pops off. I'm going to go ahead and take the top, the O-ring off, as well as the washer, the retaining washer, or spacer. And the bottom O-ring we're just going to peel back. Okay, so I'm going to throw these in my little garbage cup. So now I have my injector. Now during this cleaning process, we want to be really careful to stay away from the spray tip. That is a very sensitive and tiny orifice in there where the fuel comes from when it's pulsing, and we don't want to. We want to improve the spray pattern and the performance of the injector as opposed to damaging it. So we're going to be careful to stay away from the tip. Alright, so my first step along the way here is into my tray, and I am going to simply spray. Now this is a jet spray can, so I got to be real careful so it doesn't go crazy on me. But I'm just going to coat this whole injector with some carb and coat cleaner. I'm just going to let it just sit on there for a second, and you can see immediately the dirt and the oil coming off. I'm not even touching it. I'm just going to let it sit there for about 10 or 15 seconds. I'm going to flip it over and spray the other side. Now I should be wearing my rubber gloves, but it's hard to make a video with rubber gloves on. Alright, so now that the injector is, some of the hard stuff is coming off, I'm going to take just a couple of capfuls of my mineral spirits, and I'm going to, denatured alcohol also works good, paint thinner you could use, really anything that's petroleum based or alcohol based is going to work, because they evaporate fine, and they're not going to cause a problem with your injector's performance. You just don't want something that's going to gum up. So mineral spirit seems to work for me. I'm just going to get this paintbrush coated with it. Now I am going to put on a glove to hold the injector, just because I don't want all that carb cleaner on my hands, which are not desirable at all. So